in South Australia, we have SA Cat Rescue, like a foundation. So they rescue cats and then they find fosters. And then there's a cafe called, was it Sally's? Or Sassy's Cat Cafe.
But apparently this guy that they got was like very particular about things. And he had said that apparently after COVID, they don't allow pepper to come in. And my mom was like, there is no pepper in the curry powder. But he had just been like, oh, no pepper because of COVID. I'm like, what does pepper have to do with COVID? Like, what? You know?
It will be. Oh my God, imagine like him sniffing curry powder.
Straight to your brain. Serves him right.
Yeah, exactly.
Respecting the traditional custodians, we acknowledge the Turrbal and Kaurna peoples as the original inhabitants of the lands now known as Brisbane and Adelaide. We pay our respects to their elders past, present and emerging, and recognise their enduring connection to the land, waters and culture.
Hi everyone and welcome to episode 24 of Brown Girls Down Under. I know it's been a long time. I feel like it's been like 6 months, even though it really hasn't.
Yeah, I know.
You know, I kind of forgot what you look like there.
Oh,
it's good to see you again. How have you been?
Yeah, you too.
What's been happening?
Oh, it's good. A lot has happened, actually. I know it's only been like 2 weeks, but it's, like you said, it feels like it's been like 6 months.
Yes.
Because I'm so used to like catching up with you every week, and now it didn't happen. But I feel like the 2 weeks that we couldn't do this has been the most eventful.
So true. So I mean, you can see, guys, that I'm like in a different. Well, I'm in my first, you know, where I was before.
Original setup.
Like exactly, my original setup. Because I've got guests downstairs, very special guests downstairs occupying my living room. So I'm back here. And it feels a bit awkward, but you know, it's good to be back. It's good to be back. I can't believe it's episode 24. Like, it feels like, I don't know, 18 or 20 or something. But apparently 24. Yeah. How you tell me you update. Okay, well, for those of you who don't know, I will just start by saying that, and then we'll move on to what we've been up to. So, the first weekend that we missed.
I also have a special guest
as
with
you
me
can
here
see,
today.
which is a very important update.
Yeah, we've got Miss Zoe.
Yes, Zoe.
I think the last episode we published, we spoke about how I'm just thinking about getting a cat.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah, and now we have a cat.
See, that again is like a massive life update. So basically you have a baby now.
I know.
Isn't that right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We're parents now. We're cat parents now.
Your parents, I would say.
Yeah, that's right. But I think, so the first week we couldn't record the podcast was because I think, one, because we also got a cat, but also you got food poisoning again.
I got food poisoning again, yes, which was pretty...
How did that even happen? Because I feel like I've only gotten food poisoning only once, but it's been a very, very mild version of what you got.
Yes.
Because every time you get food poisoning, it seems to be the most...
Exactly. I just don't understand, like, what's going on. So I basically had a sandwich at a cafe, and it was just literally like a ham and cheese and onion sandwich. So I don't eat ham. So I moved the ham away. And the only reason I bought it was because it had onions in it. And I love onions. So I just wanted an onion and cheese sandwich.
So
I moved the ham away. And I don't know what it was like, if it was like old ham or whatever it was. From the time I ate it, I was just like myself. Like, it was so bad. I was just vomiting.
And that's the only thing you had?
That's the only thing. I felt a change as soon as I had that. I was like, this is not good. This is not good.
Oh.
So it has
Maybe
to be...
it's like the fat from like ham or something.
I don't know. Well, when I was talking to a few friends, they said that you can get like listeria or something from ham, which is like, like some kind of, I don't know, germ, or I don't know what it was. Anyway, but the fact that I didn't, I'm glad that I didn't eat it, because if just the residue of it made me so sick, imagine what the ham would have actually done, you know? So I was, I think, sick for about 5 days.
Was it cold?
It was cold, yeah. It was cold. It didn't taste different, but the cafe that I went to is kind of a slow-moving cafe. Like, it doesn't get really busy there, so I'm guessing they would have had it for a while. Yeah,
Could
so,
be.
you know, a rookie mistake. But yeah, it was pretty bad. I had to take, I mean, that was the first week back at school as well. So I didn't go to school for the first 3 days after holidays.
Yeah,
which I
right.
felt so guilty because I was like, I just had like 2 weeks of holidays and now I'm like taking more days off. But school was pretty chill anyway. So that happened. And then we couldn't record that weekend. And then you got COVID the weekend after, right?
So the weekend, so we got Zoe on Friday. I didn't have the day off. I worked from home on Friday.
Worked.
But yeah, and then that weekend, so we were meant to have like a friend's lunch or dinner that Sunday, and it somehow turned into, I'm sorry for the cat noises, but and it somehow turned into like a getaway.
Okay.
On that weekend. So I don't know how, but somehow people decided that they were going to go away Saturday and then stay the Saturday night and come back Sunday. But then we had planned that before, but then Zoe happened. We didn't plan to have Zoe that weekend.
Yeah, how did that, like, why did you say, because I had no idea it was going to happen so soon.
Me neither. So we were just looking at, because the weekend before when we recorded the podcast, I kept telling you like how all these cats that I've been looking at, they just go so fast because people adopt them very fast. Yeah. And then I was just that week I was on site and I was just looking at a few cats, and then MJ sent me this post of Zoe, who was her previous name was Franny, which is like a very old lady name. I didn't like it at all. Yeah. I know, but and then she had this photo of like her face with like the fur, like the white fur. Like she looked so fluffy in that photo, and I was like, she's the one. I want her. But she was like 4 months, and like the whole description was like so adorable. It said that she's a very warm, playful kitten, but she likes having her own space, and she's very curious, but also likes to, you know, like cuddle with you and things like that. But I thought like I didn't want a super clingy cat. Yeah. Because we both work full time, and we just can't. We just want her to be okay on her own as well.
Yeah.
But and then she was advertised. I think in South Australia we have SA Cat Rescue, like a foundation. So they rescue cats and then they find fosters. And then there's a cafe called was it Sally's or Sassy's Cat Cafe? And so the fosters would bring their cats and then keep them at the cafe, and people would come for a coffee, pet the cats, and then adopt them essentially. Yeah. So I called them. I think it was like I saw her post on a Wednesday, but they were closed on a Wednesday or something. Yeah. And then I called them Thursday morning. I started ringing them at 8:30, but they didn't open until like 10. So I just kept calling them and sending them Facebook messages. Gosh, and needy then somehow, much? I know. I was like, I don't want to lose her. I was like, she's the one. Yeah. And then somehow they picked up, and then I got MJ to immediately go there and just have a look at her, because they wouldn't hold cats until they would want you to come and like see yourself and see how, you know, you interact. Yeah. And then MJ went there, I think on his way to like a site visit or something. He took a detour. He went to the cat cafe, and then he's like, she's really cute. And then he sent me some photos. I was like, yeah, let's do it. And then I think we paid for her like fees and all of that, signed like the papers, but we left her there because we couldn't adopt her like on Thursday. Right. And then I flew back on Thursday, and then we went straight to Bunnings. And then we got all these goodies. Stuff, and then it's like, I was just looking at her photo, and it's like, look, she's 4 months old. She's not that big. And then we got the smallest like cat bed, the carrier, and all this like litter and stuff. And then Friday morning, we go there, and she's so much bigger than we expected. I was like, you didn't tell me she's this big. And MJ was like, yesterday she wasn't that big. I was like, what do you mean?
Sure, MJ. So what, did you have to swap the stuff?
No, it's just like she likes to be squished, but she
Okay.
just doesn't like her bed anymore. But
Right.
other stuff, she's like fine with it.
You need
But
to
she
show
just-
her. Is she around? Like, you need to show her face. When she
No,
comes
she's
over,
gone somewhere.
maybe.
Yeah, when she comes back,
Yeah.
we can. Yeah, but she's very curious. She wants to. I think the first few minutes that she was home, she spent a lot of time under the sofa because she was a bit nervous. And then I think about like 2 hours later, she was just
was
walking
fine.
around the house like she owns the place. And then
I'm the boss now.
exactly. And then she came onto the sofa with me, and then she fell asleep with me, and then I fell asleep as well. So we had a nap for like 2 hours.
And had you named her by then, or how did the name come about?
Yeah. So I was thinking, I saw her photo, so it's like, it said Franny. We were like certain that we
No.
weren't going to keep the name. And then we were thinking of something like Chloe or
Okay.
Zoe. And then we also had the name June, which I really like.
That's cute.
But then we were like, look, when we meet her, if she's like, you know, like a calm cat, we'll just call her June. But
Yeah.
if she's like, you know, a bit playful, maybe
Yeah.
we'll go with Zoe. And then
She looks
she's
like
a little
Zoe.
devil. So
I think she looks like a Zoe.
yeah, I think now she kind of knows her name.
Oh.
Whereas the first weekend we got her because we had to take her to Victor Harbour and there was like lots of people. Like everybody kept calling her different names. Some people call her Soy. Some people were calling her Soy. So she was a bit
Soy.
confused. Just like, what the hell are you talking about? But yeah. But I think she was so scared at first. The first car ride home. Oh my god! I never knew that cats could be so loud.
Was she
Kept,
crying?
oh yes, and I was like, it was like almost to a point where like it was giving you headaches because it was only
Really?
like a 10-minute drive.
Yeah.
It's not that long, and I was like, you know what? Let's just take her back. I just can't because she's so loud. But then she's also very curious, but I think because
Was
she's
she
not used to
anxious?
it.
Yeah.
She wasn't shaking or anything. She was
Okay.
still, but that's the thing though. I don't know the difference between when she's purring, also when she's like nervous and shaking, because it's like she's started like a motor or something because she just keeps vibrating all the way through.
Poor love.
But yeah, and then the car ride to Victor Harbour, she wasn't that anxious. She was like, we took her out of the carrier and then she was like on someone's lap and then she's like all good. And then she started, when we went to pick up some of our friends from Glenelg, I don't know because the road was like so bumpy, she started getting anxious and then we started singing her soft kitty, warm kitty, and then she calmed down. I was like, oh, that's your song.
It works.
Apparently that's a thing, and then we googled it later. Apparently, like if you sing the same melody, like a soft melody all the
They
time,
like
that
it.
sort of calms them.
Okay.
Like yeah,
I guess it's
apparently.
like
We're
kids with
learning-
lullabies. Yeah.
I guess maybe, but then I didn't know what to do. I just started singing it, and then she just.
I
calmed
think it's
down.
your voice, Desh. See, everyone says that you
Yeah.
have a very soothing.
Everybody falls asleep.
Well, I mean, if it calms
Humans,
your cat,
cats,
if it
anyone,
calms your
yeah.
cat, why not, right?
Exactly. If you want to calm your child, just play the podcast.
See,
and then
I
go to
think you
bed.
can start a business on the side, a side hustle.
I know. Maybe like, those people who, struggles to fall asleep.
Yeah. they can
Maybe
just
I
listen
could
to
read
you.
them a
Yeah,
book or
I
something.
Agree, I agree.
And they would, fall asleep. Or maybe I would fall asleep and then it would be useless. But anyway, yeah.
Oh,
But
wow.
yeah, it's been a very... and then, yes, the next week I got COVID.
Oh,
I don't know how. I thought, honestly, this was the second time I got COVID.
Yeah.
So the first time, obviously, it's like so much worse. I thought I was going to die. It was just like bad. But this time, I honestly didn't think that it was COVID.
Oh, okay.
I just had a little sore throat and a cold.
Yeah.
But I also thought that was because I had a shower, like a cold shower the night before.
Right.
And then I went to bed with like
Wet hair.
a little bit wet hair. So, I thought it was that.
You sound like a Sri
But then-
Lankan auntie.
I honestly did. And then, but Thursday, I think I flew home, and then I was like, you know what? Like, I do have a very runny nose. I'll just take a test anyway.
Yeah.
And then it became positive. I was
yeah.
like, here we go. But honestly, didn't feel that bad.
Did MJ
I had
get it
like,
as well or no? It was just you?
Yeah,
oh, he got
did.
it. Okay.
Yeah. Like the day that I tested negative, he tested positive.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So,
but you're both fine now?
Yeah. We're both fine now. I think MJ still has a bit of a cold. I do too in the morning, like not like a runny nose or anything, but a little cold.
Yeah.
But I like my ability to smell things were fine.
Oh, okay.
Taste things were fine.
So it was a mild version, I guess, then.
Yeah, and I did take some Panadols, like I think for 2 days maybe, and then that was it. Really.
Oh,
it was just the cold, But I think MJ had it a little bit worse than me, because he couldn't taste things,
right?
And then he was just complaining the whole time.
Oh, I can imagine. Man flu,
the
right?
Man flu. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But also I was gonna ask you, like you said with your food poisoning, you just had a sandwich, but how come you had? So it must have been so bad for your body to like get it through your system
for so
for
long.
like 5 days.
5 days, I know. I don't know.
How
honestly.
does that even?
I mean, the only good thing that came out of it was that I probably lost weight, because all I did was just like
that's always a good
throw up
yeah.
and like go to the toilet. So that was good, but it wasn't even close to what it was the last time I got food poisoning, because that was, I think I've mentioned, that was brutal. But I got a fever and body aches, which is what like really, like, I don't mind the vomiting, honestly, or like the pooing. I don't mind that. It's just I can't take the body aches or the fever. Like that really cripples me. And I was really like, I had a full-blown fever for like 2 days. So that was really tough. Yeah. So I was crying. I was sobbing. I was so like so much in pain. But in a way, I'm glad it happened that week, because the week after my parents were here, so like I know, so exciting. So obviously I would have been so sad if I was sick when they were here, so by another update, my parents are here for I know, it's so exciting. It's so good to have them here. That's what I currently like said there. I have visitors downstairs, so my parents are currently sitting there, probably actually eavesdropping on this conversation.
We should do an episode with, I mean, they are our biggest fans.
So definitely.
We should do an episode with them.
And my mom keeps like, well, where are the episodes? Where are the episodes? What's happening? Like it's coming. But yeah, it's been so good to have them, because the weather here has been stunning, like so beautiful.
I'm jealous. I've been seeing all your stories like with the perfect sun, and I'm like, this is not fair.
Like 21, 22 degrees, just beautiful. And today was actually warm. Like we had to take our jumpers off because it was warm. And I was wearing a summer dress. Like it was like really warm and comfortable, So it's been perfect weather. Like we've been just going for walks, and I mean I've been working, so I'm not that I took time off, which sucks. But it was just so nice to have on all the food. For once in my life, my fridge is so full of food that I don't know what to eat. Because this never, like I was telling my mom.
Too many options.
Yeah. I was telling my mom, there are some days that there's nothing in the fridge. I literally just have a slice of frozen toast and I just go to bed. Like, because there's nothing in the fridge. Whereas
honestly, yes.
Now, there's just so much food. I'm like, oh my God, there's like 10 curries in there. I'm like, what do I eat? Like, I can't decide.
Just 10 curries all the time. Just minus the rice, just eat curries.
Yeah. And I can take it to work. Like, I can have work lunch. Like, it's so good. I love it.
So all the good problems to have.
Yes, definitely. So
but
it's been so eventful.
Do they have a direct flight to Brisbane, or how did
they flew Singapore Airlines, so they flew from Brisbane to Singapore, and then I think they had a 2-hour transit, and then they flew here. But my mom was so sad. So when my mom came in, I told Ryan, like, you know, take a video or a picture, you know, like really cute for memories. And then my mom comes, she and my dad were like the last passengers to come off, and everyone had left. Like the two of us were sitting for like an hour in the airport. We're like, where are they? And my mom comes out like bawling her eyes out, and I'm like, what? Like, why? What's going on? And the customs officer had thrown away her curry powder, and she was so sad. So obviously,
but why would they do that to curry powder?
So I know. So this is obviously like homemade curry powder, which she had vacuum packed, sealed, and like labeled. Which my mom has been coming here since forever, and she's been doing this every single time.
Yeah, because I remember my mom did that.
And last time I was in Sri Lanka, which was last year, I brought that. I had no problems, you know. But apparently this guy that they got was like very particular about things, and he had said that apparently after COVID, they don't allow pepper to come in. And my mom was like, there is no pepper in the curry powder. But he had just been like, oh, no pepper because of COVID. I'm like, what does pepper have to do with COVID? Like, what? You know? So I think...
Honestly, what?
Yes, I think he was just like making things up, you know, trying to... I don't know what it was. But my mom was so upset. She had been like, you know, please just let me take this. Like, it's for my daughter really wants it. Please let me take it. And he has been like, no, I'm sorry. Like, I can't let you take it.
No, but you understand, like, it takes a lot of effort to make homemade curry powder. Like, you have to dry the stuff and then... exactly. It's a lot of effort.
But you know what's funny?
And like, they made it with love.
Yeah, like my mom brought... So you know the Butter Boutique tres leches? Like that cake is one of my favorite cakes in the whole world. I really wanted a slice. So my mom brought a frozen piece of that. And it was like so melted. It was like dripping everywhere. But he let them take that in. But he didn't want them to take curry powder. I'm like, how does that make sense? You know,
this
like,
does not make any sense.
Make sense. It just makes no sense, you know. So I think it just really depends on the person you get and whoever.
It does, because sometimes I bring like I bring the most bizarre things. Sometimes I bring like Maldives,
Maldive fish. Yeah, my parents brought. My mom brought that too, and that came in fine. So I don't understand.
Because how do they allow fish in and not curry powder, which does not make any sense.
Makes no sense at all. So my mom's actually gonna make it here because we went and bought all the ingredients, and she's just so determined to make it for me because like I'm on my last bit of curry powder. So it's just immigrant problems.
I remember the first time I came to Australia. My mum, she makes this, so she makes her own curry powder and also her own chili powder. And, you know, and she mixes them into the right ratio. So every time I put like a spoon of chili powder, it already has the right amount of curry powder in it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
If that makes sense, So I think the first 2 years that I was in Australia, I didn't have to buy any spices besides. So only had to buy like, you know, like turmeric, pepper and all that stuff like that, but no chili powder or curry powder because I had that much stock of curry powder and chili powder.
That's the thing. I think they just don't understand. Like, I mean, I understand they have a job to do and all that, but it's like like some things like this. It's like, come on, like what damage is this going to do? You know, just.
But see, you see all this. You know that show, like a TV show of
Border
like
control.
all this. And people bring some bizarre things, okay? And this is just curry powder.
Exactly. Which
like,
was
this is the least of your
packed. Vacuum packed.
People bring like massive fish.
Yeah.
Like,
no, but you know what's
not
funny?
Not even dried or anything.
You know what's funny? If they actually vacuum packed it and put like a label from like an actual company, they would have gotten away with it. It's just that it was like kind of it looked like a homemade label. Yeah, so because of that, because this guy had said something like, oh, I can, like, you've done something really sneaky, you vacuum packed it and then put on a label, like something along those lines. And my mom's like, this is what I do every time, you know, so like what's the problem? So anyway, I think he was just a really grumpy guy, and that like really ruined like the mood when my mom came in, which was so sad. So now my dad, he's such a bully. Like so today, because it's 1 week today since they came, and my dad's like, oh, remember that time that you donated the curry powder to the cousin?
Oh, stop me!
And he keeps telling everyone, yeah, we made a donation at the airport.
Donation of curry powder, the world's best curry powder.
And my mom, she was saying like they literally took the packet and just chucked it in the bin right in front of her. And that just broke her heart, I was like,
I mean, it would break anyone's heart because the amount of effort you have to put in.
I know, so.
But then now that makes me think though, like every time like we bring stuff from Sri Lanka, it's just like vacuum sealed and we put our own label
That's
on
the
it. Like we just, there's no label, there's no expiry date or anything. We just label curry powder.
So apparently now they're more strict after COVID, but I'm like, I have traveled after COVID.
COVID was ages ago.
Like, stop using COVID as an excuse. COVID's not like the reason for everything bad in this world, Like,
crazy.
I have traveled after COVID and I came in fine with stuff. So, anyway, it was.
I think it's just that person.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Just he was probably in a bad mood. Anyway.
And also, like they don't like. I know you're supposed to claim all the stuff on like that slip. But sometimes if it's not, like they ask you what stuff you've got and they sometimes don't even check.
No, they don't.
Time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what, I don't understand what makes them, how do they even decide?
I mean, every time I have come in, I've got checked. But I know people who have come in and not got checked and just walked through. So I've traveled to Sri Lanka 2 times. Actually, no, 3 times. I've only been checked once. Really?
The first time I came here.
Okay.
The first time I came, they checked everything because we had a lot of food the first time we came here. But the second time, I bought I smuggled amoxicillin, a lot of stuff, a lot of curry powder, a lot of like mixed nuts, things like that. And those like nuts, like they roast the nuts and they fry them and they make like a sambal out of it.
Yeah.
That thing had like a lot of spices, like moldy fish and even fried onions and things like that.
Yeah. I mean, my mom brought in ambultial, which is like, preserved fish. That came, like lots of ambultial. That
has curry powder in it.
That came in
has pepper in it.
It makes no sense. I think he was just a bit on like a power trip, I feel like, and he just wanted to kind of show.
Should have labeled it something else.
Like tobacco.
This is just Sri Lankan drugs. It's like a herbal drug. Yeah.
Maybe he thought it was that and he put it in the bin so he can have some later.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, good luck. It will be. Oh my god, imagine like him sniffing curry powder
straight to your brain. Serves him right.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, Miss Zoe's here. We can show her.
Where is she?
Oh, can you?
Oh my god. There we've spoken for like 30 minutes.
Yeah. Say hi, Zoe.
Oh my god, she's not even looking up. Oh, hello. She's so cute.
She's gonna hate me.
She's like, bye, mom. See ya.
See ya. But
has she been scratching your couch or anything? Which is like my biggest pet peeve.
Yeah, she has. But then we've been like, okay, it's an old couch, so that's fine. We'll just let her have it. But then I'm also thinking it's also about, learning good habits, But I don't think they're ever going to stop scratching the couch. So
even if you find alternatives, I think they'll always.
Yeah. The biggest concern was like she kept going behind the TV and you have, a few cables behind the TV.
Yeah.
And then she started playing with it and we were like, I don't want to come home and see the TV on the floor one day.
True.
But the first thing we tried was we put aluminium foil on the TV stand. So as soon as she stepped on it, because of the noise that it made, she kind of like shocked herself.
Her away, okay.
But then she got used to it pretty quickly, and then
and then
she started eating it. Yeah, she started eating it. I was like, okay, this is not gonna no. This is going to cause more problems. And then
Oh my
now
God.
what MJ's done is like he's put like some sticky tape.
Okay.
So because her paw like sticks to it, she kind of doesn't like doing that.
Oh, that's smart. Okay.
Yeah. And I heard like if you do get a cat in like future, but I heard that there's sticky tapes that you can like paste to your sofa.
Okay.
And then if they tries to like scratch it because it's sticky, and then they just
They don't
avoid
like
doing
it.
that. But then what are you gonna do? Sticky tape the whole sofa?
Yeah,
You
that's the
can't.
thing. And like that's gonna affect us as well. Like we're gonna be
Yeah,
sitting on sticky
true.
stuff. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But I think just the stands where they usually,
okay.
the ends. Yeah.
Right, okay.
But
yeah.
I've heard people do that, and they say that sometimes it works. But
yeah.
I don't think it would.
No,
but,
I mean, I guess
I've just
you would
given
know.
up on that.
You just have to try everything,
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah. But I mean, I think I mentioned in our last episode that our neighbor's cat was visiting us, which was, there was a bit of a drama, and now the drama's gotten even worse. So now the cat is basically not allowed to visit us at all. So a few days ago, I was at work and my parents and Ryan were home. And Ryan texts me saying, just had a fight with the neighbor about the cat. Sorry, but not sorry. I'm like, oh my God, what happened? So apparently this cat, well, we had obviously told her already that your cat is visiting. We have no
Yeah.
problem with it, just letting you know. And she was so nice about it. But apparently that day the cat had visited again, like come through the back and just walked into the house while my mum was putting the laundry out. So the door was open at the back, which, is not our fault. We don't have to keep our door closed, we can do what we want.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, that is not your responsibility.
No, it's not. Exactly. So anyway, the cat was just sitting near the TV and waiting. And this lady has come knocking on the door and been like, can I have my cat? And then, Ryan's just been like, yeah, sure. Like, you can come in and take it. Your cat is inside. So anyway, she's a bit of a loony lady. She has come in and just like made a weird comment to my mum. And then she's just started like yelling at Ryan, like, you need to stop encouraging my cat to come in.
What?
And then
Have you been enticing her with like treats? No,
I
she just
think
comes
that's
on her
what
own.
she's trying to imply, which is not true. It's not been happening. We just leave water out for her. That's it. I don't think she's going to be enticed by a bowl of water,
Yeah, water, no.
Yeah. So she was like being really rude, and she has just started like saying hallelujah, God, something about God, and like it's
What
just
the
gotten just really ugly. And then Ryan was saying he had to be like, you need to leave, like get out, this is over, you need to leave. And he has said, I can call the council if this keeps happening. And she's been like, oh yeah, just call them, I don't care. And he was like, why are you saying that? You're going to get in trouble if I call
Yeah.
the council. Things are going to get ugly.
Yeah.
But anyway, I don't think she's in a proper headspace. I feel like she's kind of jealous that her cat loves to spend time with us. So I think she feels a bit threatened.
I mean, look, I've been jealous of MJ too, because she's always been lately, she's been making all these biscuits and stuff.
The biscuits.
Just on MJ, and I feel very, very left out.
Yes,
She just
yeah.
ignores me.
So
and I think that's because I'm away
a
on site.
lot, yeah. So you're the spare human, yeah.
I know, and
Yeah.
it's like,
But you'll
I've
be
been
done
trying to,
soon
like-
with that, right? Won't you? Like you'll be back.
yeah, I think I've got like 2 weeks left.
So there you go.
hopefully. But at the same time, our company just went through a whole restructure.
Oh, really? Okay.
And like they lost a few people, they made a few people
no.
redundant, which has been a
Really?
mess at the and it also comes with the whole restructure and a whole different scenario of how people are flying to site and a different sort of needs and stuff, but different like responsibilities and stuff like that. So hopefully the team that I'm going into, their flight roster has not changed, so hopefully I do get to spend a little bit more time in Adelaide.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah.
But but Zoe's like next to me. She's like sleeping right now.
Oh, she's like, Mom, shut up.
Just
Let me
close
sleep.
her eyes. Yeah, I know. I know. She says that, but at 11 p.m., her eyes are like literally like the size of tennis balls, and she's like wide awake, and she's like, I'm ready to play, and I'm like, no, we're not. We need to go to bed.
She's a party animal, I think.
Oh yes. And then I think this Friday we took her to the vet for her like first vet visit, and then she had one of the jabs due this Friday. So she got a shot, and then she was not happy with it. But she got lots of treats though. But then she came back home, and like 2 hours later, she started limping.
That's
know.
scary.
Her front right foot wasn't working for some reason. And then she was not like loud or anything. She couldn't even speak or eat or anything. And then we went on a Google and a TikTok spiral about like somehow vaccinations being allergic to some cats. And we were like, oh my God, what have we done? And then I was like, we decided that maybe we'll sleep on the sofa next to her so she knows that someone's next to her. And then I was on the sofa, I was watching something, and then she climbed onto the sofa somehow, and then she slept on me. And then I was like, well, I guess I'm not moving now. So I was asleep here. And then like at 5:30 in the morning, she wakes me up. She's like wide awake. And no limping whatsoever. She's like back to her usual stuff. I'm like, I'm so glad that you're back to normal. But I'm also like, F you. Oh, sorry. Sorry, Annie. But also like, what the hell, Zoe?
Yeah. Oh, gosh. I'm glad she's okay.
Yeah, she made us worry for no reason. But she's a bit of a drama queen, I guess. I mean, we knew that, but
her name is I think a bit of a drama queen name, so expect it.
As soon as the vet saw her, she's like, oh my God. She has such a mischievous look on her face. You guys are in so much trouble.
She does. She really does. So cute.
But I'm looking forward to her getting... I mean, we've been told that as they get older, they calm down a bit.
Oh, okay.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
But it's also nice to... Like, I like her, like, current size.
Yeah,
she's very
so
compact.
Cute. Yeah.
Size.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I guess we'll know.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so... I guess we only discussed what's been happening in the past 2 weeks, which is a very, it's a fun, it's literally us like dumping information on each other.
Pretty much, yes. Like 2
just
weeks
catching
of
up on what
updating.
happened.
Exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a bit of a shorter episode than what we normally do. But it's been fun nevertheless, and we've got our little Miss Zoe here as well to say goodbye to everyone. She couldn't care less.
She's like, just stop talking.
Stop talking. I just want to go to bed. But yeah. But thank you so much, everyone, and as always, we really appreciate your love and support.
And thank you to everyone who messaged us asking where our episodes were. That was really sweet, you know.
Yeah, I know. The biggest supporter being your mom. She's like, where's the episode?
But I actually had a few friends as well message and be like, where's the episode, guys? So we appreciate that. That's very sweet.
I had one person message and she said she's just she was concerned that something's happened to us. I don't want to alarm you guys, but just checking that you and Shanalia are okay.
That's
and everything's
so cute.
fine because we haven't seen an episode. Oh shit, I forgot my mic. But anyway, but that was really sweet and very nice. But yeah, as always, we really appreciate the support. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and
we'll be back next week with a longer episode.
Longer and a more interesting episode.
I mean, hopefully this was interesting.
It was, but
it was
we
for
didn't
us,
go on
right?
that many tangents.
No,
today.
not many. Yes, maybe next week.
So hopefully next week with so many tangents, we'll just see you again. Hopefully you enjoy your week. Have fun. Stay safe.
Care.
And we'll see you next week.
Yeah. Bye, everyone. Bye.